everyone, Miss Sam here. I thought today we could read Wangari's Trees of Peace, which is a great story about a woman who wanted to plant some trees and what happened when she tried to do that when other people were trying to tear them down. So Wangari's Trees of Peace. Wangari lives under an umbrella of green trees in the shadow of Mount Kenya in Africa. She watches the birds in the forest where she and her mother go to gather firewood for cooking. And she helps harvest the sweet potatoes, sugarcane, and maize from the rich soil. Wangari shines in school, and when she grows tall like the trees in the forest, she wins a scholarship to study in America. 6 years later, her studies over, Wangari returns to her Kenya home and sees a change. What has happened, she wonders. Where are the trees? Did you notice what happened to all those trees? Wangari sees women bent from hauling firewood miles and miles from home. She sees barren land where no crops grow. And where are the birds? Where do you think the birds went? I think that the birds might have lived in those trees and now they no longer have a home, so they don't live there anymore. Thousands of trees had been cut down to make room for buildings, but no one planted new trees to take their place. Will all of Kenya become a desert, she wonders, as her tears fall? Wangari thinks about the barren land. I can begin to replace some of the lost trees here in my own backyard, one tree at a time. She starts by planting 9 seedlings. Watching the seedlings take root gives Wangari the idea to plant more, to start a farm for baby trees, a nursery. In an open space, she plants row after row of the tiny trees. Next, Wangari convinces the village women that planting trees is a good thing. She gives each one seedling. Our lives will be better when we have trees again. You'll see, we are planting the seeds of hope. The women spread out over their village, planting tiny trees in long rows, like a green belt stretching over the land. The government men laugh. Women can't do this, they say. It takes trained foresters to plant trees. The women ignore them and their laughter and keep planting. What does it look like to you guys? Does it have to be men that are foresters, or can the women do it as well? It looks to me like the women can do it too. Wangari pays them each a small amount for each seedling still living after 3 months, their first earnings ever. Word travels like wind rustling through leaves about the green returning to Wangari's village. What does it look like? Are they able to do it? Their trees are growing. Soon, other women in other villages and towns and cities in Kenya are planting long rows of seedlings too. So it's not just in Wangari's village anymore, it's all over Africa. But the cutting continues. Wangari stands tall as an oak to protect the old trees still remaining. We need a park more than we need an office tower. The government men disagree. Wangari blocks their way, so they hit her with clubs. They call her a troublemaker and put her in jail. What do you guys think? Is Wangari actually being a troublemaker? It looks to me like she's just trying to plant some trees where there should be trees. But this government man doesn't agree. So what happened next was she still stands tall, even in jail. Right is right, even if you're alone. But Wangari's not alone. Talk of the trees spreads out all over Africa like ripples in Lake Victoria. So look, even though she's in jail, they're all still helping her. And they're still planting those trees. More women hear the talk and plant even more seedlings. In longer and longer rows, the seedlings take root and grow tall until there are over 30 million trees, where there were none. The umbrella of green in Kenya returns. So did it work? Was she able to actually end up getting those trees planted? It worked. Women walk tall, their backs straight, for now they can gather firewood closer to home. The land is no longer barren. Sweet potatoes, sugarcane, and maize grow again in the rich red earth. The whole world hears of Wangari's trees and of her army of women who planted them. And if you were to climb to the very top of Mount Kenya today, you would see the millions of trees growing below you and the green Wangari brought back to Africa. The end. So Wangari fought for what she knew was right, and it ended up making her land go from this See, look how beautiful. She brought back her trees to Africa. Have a great day.